out. Talk it out, show. Talk it out, show. Talk it out. Talk it out.
Yeah, talk it out, trying to figure out the facts. We over here doing everything with the rap.
Okay, we are here going. Okay.
Talk it out, show.
Woo, 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 woo.
Oh,
Okay, anyway, I just wanted to talk about my extended family.
Okay.
This is something new. I know nobody knows about it, so I just want to tell. And when I say extended family, let me explain my definition of extended family. My extended family is not somebody that's blood. They're my family.
Okay.
You know, they're people that have been around. They're like my family, period, you know. And I don't look at them different than my blood. I look at them the same as my blood. The ones that I'm around, because I'm only around my immediate family. Joe, she is for the whole family, and she's connected to the whole family. And I'm connected to who was raised in our family's house.
Yeah,
family.
immediate.
And then I have some friends that are not my friends. They are my family.
Yes.
But I have learned that they're not my family. Took me a while to catch that too. Now, there's some that are my family. We fight, we argue, we go to ins and outs, and sometimes I just don't like their attitudes, and sometimes I do, just like I do my, siblings, But it took me a while, but I started listening to language, because I'm really on body language. I really watch body language and stuff, but I listen to words as well. So it took me a while, and I had to analyze that we're friends and not family. And how I came up with this on my own is... they don't call me family. I guess it's easy.
Oh,
They don't call me like sisters. They don't call me like cousin or niece or aunties. They just don't call me these things. And I'm up here just thinking we're family and we can see stuff, or they'll post stuff and they'll be like, oh yeah, my friend this and that. And I was like, I thought we were sisters, when did the hell this happen? And it's like weird, it's one of those weird things, like, when did that happen?
It's almost like it's like when your mindset is one way, but you don't realize that their mindset wasn't the same as yours.
And at first it was very hurtful. Then I was like, Lydia, why is it hurtful? You guys are still close. You guys are still who you guys are. They just don't look at you as family, because their family dynamics is their family dynamics. You're just a person over here, and this is family. So you're a friend, and you guys are really close or whatever, but this is how it is. And I was like, okay. And I had to understand it, because the simple fact that I don't consider everybody my friends. I have associates, and then I have friends. Yeah. And then I have, and then if you title over into like a best friend category, that's, and I still don't use the word best friend. I just go friend, because I'm like, and I think it got me leery, because I didn't know what family was. I don't want to say best friend and find out I'm not a best friend.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just say, I'll keep my friends and associates, and that's in family. And the reason I had a conversation is because Alize was saying, well, that's so-and-so, and that's family. And I was like, no. It's not family. And I was like, what? Not family. They don't consider us family, so I don't want you to consider them family. And they don't consider us family. It's one of those things that you got to be really, really slick about and pay attention, because you fall into that category. Right. So then I'm like, so now I have to look at them differently. And when I look at them differently, there's things that you can't do because you're not family. There's things that family can do. Yeah. That friends cannot do. And again, you hear Lydia say, we don't say best friends.
Yeah, just say friends.
Just friends. So when you're in the friend category, then that's what it is. So it was one of those things, like, you have to look at it and go, okay, if you want to look at the person as family, and that's what I told her, if you want to look at them as family, you can. I don't want to hinder you from looking at them as family, but understand that they're not, so you won't get your feelings hurt.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Because my feelings was really hurt.
Because they won't be thinking the same way, and she may be thinking them as family, and when they're not responding as a family member would.
Yeah, but that's what she was saying too, because she was like, well, they still say I'm their niece, and I still call them auntie and uncles and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, those are just words because we all grew up together. We all did this together. It's just words, but that doesn't mean they're looking at us as family. You could tell if they're family because you will fit in the family dynamic. And the moment you don't fit in the family dynamic, then you kind of know. So I said, maybe they just don't look at me as family, but they look at you as family. But, you have to be able to read the body language. I don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling people, when you do that with your kids, because I have that with my kids. When you do that with your kids, be very cautious and safe. Talk to them and let them explain to them, because it took me a while because I looked at them as family, so they were like blood to me. You guys know how you guys say blood is thicker than water. I always say, well, Jesus' blood is thicker than water. Our blood ain't thicker than water because we can see families do not be treating people correctly at all. They're treating people like enemies, and you get messed up and you keep getting hurt by the same people because you're looking at them as family. And they're not remorseful, they're not anything, and they're purposely trying to attack you. So I don't want you guys to think it's just family. No, my immediate family is because we're in the household, we grew up together, so there's a stronger love and a connection. But I just want you guys to talk to your kids about it, because I don't want your kids to be, because you guys have grew up together, and then when you guys are not friends anymore, or when that person decides they're not close to you like that no more, and they're not calling you sister, cousin, niece, auntie, and your kids is in that, you never know. Because like I told my kids would have thought that they could go to these people after I die, and I'm like, no, they're not going to be there for you after I die. Sorry. So that's why I tell my kids that you guys need to hold on to each other and help each other, because they're not going to be there for you like that. So it's one of those things that
regular family members ain't gonna be there either.
No, they're not, and that's why I told them this. They need to stick together no matter how much they're fighting, because you won't have nobody else on here for you. And it's one of those things that we do things and not thinking about the consequences of hurting our kids. Even that, you think about relationship, like I'm not gonna date, bring a guy around or a girl around my kids, but you're not thinking about the people that you built this bond, and you're thinking that you guys are in this relationship, and you're not really in this relationship, and then your kids find out, and they hurt because that was their cousins, and that was their nieces and nephews, and there was all this stuff in there. Their feelings was hurt. You'd be like, what? So it's really one of those things to be very cautious and work through it, and talk to your kids. Protect your kids' heart, because nobody else is going to be able to protect them like parents. So parents, protect your kids' heart, because I'm telling you, Lydia's heart got broken several times. Now this wasn't that recent that I found out. It's just something that I had to recently talk to my daughter about, so she can recently know, and I explained it. And I'm going to have to talk to my boys about it next. This is going to be a hard conversation, because they think they know everything.
Yeah, that's true.
But I hope this was a good conversation for you.
Yeah.
Talk it out, show, talk it out.
It's the Talk It Out Show.